would show you the basics of a home gym. Maybe you want to start working out at home, maybe you want to start a workout routine and you want to start lifting weights and you're not sure where to start. I've been working out exclusively at home for probably the last, let me see, 5 years. Yeah, I would say 5 years. I've exclusively worked out at home. Of course, I like doing sports. I like doing running sometimes, you know, I like taking long walks. But as far as like getting the core of my workouts in and not just staying active, but actually getting like a workout in and trying to build muscle, I've been doing that at home. And I don't have a very complex or expensive gym setup. Part of that is because the last 5 years, I haven't had much space to do like a very fancy home gym. Possibly in the future, it would be fun to have more equipment, but I want you to know if you're starting out and you want to start working out at home and you want to start building muscle and just getting in a nice at-home workout routine, and you're wanting to know, well, what do I need to start? Well, the good news is you don't need anything to start, but it is great to add weights to your workouts. So I'm going to show you what I have at my home gym, and I hope this encourages you to know that you don't need to have a fancy home gym setup or expensive home gym setup to start working out at home and lifting weights and having an effective home workout. So I'm going to show you guys the first items I bought when I started working out at home exclusively, and then I'm going to show you guys what I've added in as time has gone on. Okay, I am starting here with these foam mats. These are great if you want some cushion. I like these a lot better than traditional yoga mats because you can see that they're thicker, and so if you're stretching on a hardwood floor, maybe you are working out on hardwood floors or some kind of hard flooring and you don't have carpet, which is what I originally had up until this last year. I was working out on wood floors. These are really great because they're thicker, they're really cheap, you can get them off Amazon. So having one of these is great just for honestly stretching or doing ab workouts or anything where you're on your hands and knees or on your back and you don't want your tailbone or any other joints to be hitting the hard floor. So I would recommend picking up one of these, and maybe you already have yoga mats, in which case you can keep those. I just like these so much more because they're a little bit thicker than traditional yoga mats. I find traditional yoga mats don't really offer enough padding. Okay, we're gonna move on to the weight section. So when I first got some weights for home, I started out with just a pair of 15-pound dumbbells. I figured 15-pound dumbbells was a pretty good place to start. 15 pounds it's heavy enough that you can do some lower and upper body workouts with the 15-pounders, but they're not so heavy that, like, I think 15 pounds, especially for a woman, if you're kind of new to weightlifting, I think it's a good place to start. Maybe if you're really, really new to using any kind of weight at all, you could start with 10 pounds, but I would do the 15 pounds because you can always just use one weight instead of two. And then what else did I get? I think I started out here with a 15-pound kettlebell. Now, in hindsight, I don't think I needed to get this 15-pound kettlebell. The last thing I would get if you're just starting out, I would get one of these resistance bands. These are pretty great for different lower body workouts. Just adds some extra resistance. It's really great for glutes, I would say. So I think if you order these off of Amazon or somewhere, it'll normally come in like a pack of several. Now, I'll show you guys what I've added as time has gone on. As I said before, I started out with 15-pound dumbbells. I think the next weight I purchased was this pair of 20-pound dumbbells. That was just, again, to just add a little more weight, especially for lower body stuff. And then I think what I added next was this pair of 8-pound dumbbells, and I wanted these for just some upper body exercises, like just like wingspans and things like that, where the 15-pounders were just a little too heavy. The next thing I added was these 30-pound dumbbells, which is just great for adding more weight for my lower body workouts. And then I think the next thing I added was a 20-pound kettlebell, and then we also have a 40-pound kettlebell now, and I do have a 12-pound medicine ball. I don't really use this that much lately. Okay, last but not least, I've got one of these yoga ball thingies, and what I'll say about this is You don't need it to work out. It's kind of fun to have at home because it's really comfortable to stretch on. It's like nice to stretch out your like back and everything. So I would say these balls are pretty cheap. You can get them and they're just kind of fun to bounce around on. They are really nice for stretching your back. It does serve as a second chair. If you need a chair for someone to sit on, they can just, you know, bounce on this thing. The final thing that would be good to have is some type of a bench. I just have this cheap bench we had in our like first house, like store stuff, but having some type of a chair or bench in your gym is kind of helpful just for doing certain exercises. Okay guys, I hope this encourages you if you're thinking about starting to work out at home and you want to incorporate some weights into your at-home workouts. We just got back from a little farm store. I found it when I was on Google looking for if there were any local farms selling pasture eggs. It's kind of like a farm store slash grocery store. It was about 20 minutes from our house, so not too far away, where they were selling different types of local meats. They were selling like dried flowers, vegetables, What else? They had eggs, and then they even had some starts. So we ended up getting some cheese, we got 2 dozen eggs, we got 5-pound bag of carrots, we got some pea shoots, and then we also got one of their pasture-raised organic chickens. It's definitely a little more spendy than chicken at the store, but I think it's worth it. You're supporting a local family who is trying to run a chicken business, which I appreciate that. I think I love to support small businesses, so it's worth it because you know you're getting quality chicken and you're supporting a family farm, and I get to use the whole chicken. I can make bone broth out of it. And then we also ended up getting some starts. So I ended up getting 2 of their little sage starts. We got a 12-pack of kale starts. Their kale looked really good, and I didn't end up buying any kale seeds. And actually, I'm excited to show you guys my lettuce and arugula. Planted that 6 days ago, and it's already coming up, so that's exciting. And then we also got a 6-pack of sweet peas. My sister really wanted to get those, so hopefully those do well as well, and we can have some sweet peas in our salad this summer. I planted the starts as soon as I got back into our raised beds, and I watered our other plants as well. I'm about to go shower, and then we are gonna make sourdough pizza together. I'm really excited to show you guys how I make homemade pizza. So we've got some mild Gouda, certified organic. Anyway, mild Gouda, this looked really good, so we're gonna try that. We got 2 dozen eggs. And then we got this 5-pound bag of carrots. I'm hoping that they're sweeter and that they have really good flavor, that they're delicious compared to store-bought carrots, because they were definitely pricey for carrots, but you know what? I decided we'd give them a try, see if they're sweeter and more delicious than the normal carrots you get at the grocery store. So we're gonna try those out. And then we got this. They look like they'd be a fun little nice addition to salads, so don't film me. How many shots do you think you're getting? Like, you really had it like set up, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna move this. Kidding. No, I'm not in my cute outfit. A balsamic reduction. Drizzle on top. It's gonna be so gloopy. Oh, we suck at whatever it is we did.
I think we reserved it too much. I tried to tell you, you're like, no, 30 minutes. And I was like, I don't know about that.
Whatever this is.
That is tar. That is car grease. That is gonna be so intense, these things. We created tar.
This is so stupid.
Hey. And then I might get celery, chop a little lightly.
All right, we're gonna taste test this egg salad. This is delicious. It's so satisfying, really high in protein, which is always nice to have meals and snacks that are high in protein. Toasting your bread in a frying pan with a little butter or oil, that is so the move. It is so good if you toast your bread in a pan. I don't always do it because it takes the time of having an extra pan out, but have time to toast up your bread in a frying pan with a little oil or butter. It is so delicious to have your toast that way. Hope you guys try this.